You've got dreams, deadlines, and maybe a little bit of chaos, and we've got you. This is Fearless Journeys, Thriving on Campus, the podcast that keeps it real about what it's actually like to be a student today. Think stress hacks, study tips, awkward roommate moments, and mental health check-ins. Because thriving isn't about being perfect, it's about being brave enough to keep going.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fearless Journeys, Thriving on Campus. I'm Corinne.
And I'm Steve. It's good to be here today.
Yeah, we're talking about a fun topic today.
Yeah. We're going to talk into budgeting. You know, how do we stretch our dollars without kind of going, I can't say that word, but without going, losing our minds on it kind of thing. Because we all know when you're short of money, it makes a big stress, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So money definitely is a huge stressor. But I mean, for myself, money's always been a stressor. Like I'm thinking eating out lots. Yeah. I mean, I spend a lot of money eating out. That's too much.
Yeah.
And especially when I was in post-secondary myself many years ago, you tend to spend money, and there's these vending machines everywhere. There's a cafeteria you can spend money on. Now, there wasn't a Tim Hortons when I was coming here, but that's a big one too.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money in the food court.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because I was just too lazy to bring food or...
I was definitely too lazy to bring food.
That was what it was. Yeah, I mean, number of reasons.
I would get up right at the very last minute that I could.
Yeah.
So there's no time to prepare things.
And we don't do it the night before, right? That would be crazy.
No, because that's a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's more like shopping. It's like, you go into a store like Marshall's or HomeSense, and there's so many things in there. It's like, oh, I need one of those. I need one of those. But do you really?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay, today we're going to, of course, talk about budgeting, but we'll do some tips later on in the show and hopefully provide some help for our post-secondary students, wherever you might be.
Yeah, and just remembering it's one step at a time. We don't have to change everything all at once. So hopefully there's at least one point in this episode that you can pick up and take with you and improve your budgeting skills.
Yeah, definitely. That's always good. So tell me what budgeting kind of is in plain terms. What would you call it?
My understanding of it is looking at the money that you have, so your income usually, and then looking at the bills or the expenses that you need to pay for. Yeah. And then figuring out what that looks like doing equations and stuff, doing math with that, and then figuring out if you have any left over, making sure that you are getting all those bills paid with the money that you have coming in, and then also planning to have fun. I think when we budget, people often think that it's just all your money goes into those expenses and those bills and stuff. But if we budget well, we can also plan for the fun things. Yeah,
definitely. We need to add some things. So some of the categories definitely we look at be like rent for sure, big one. Food. Yeah. Please buy food, right?
Very important. You need food so you can
student.
Learn.
And your brain works better on food, right?
Yeah.
There are school costs, obviously, and sometimes we don't realize that there are costs later on in the semester.
Yes. I think that's a big thing with budgeting. Month to month, we can kind of figure out what our income is, what our rent and our food and all that is. But sometimes we forget about those one-off things, maybe car insurance.
Yeah, transportation is a big one.
Or those other bills that are associated with school.
Your phone, your tech stuff. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. One thing too, obviously you said fun. We got a budget for fun. Yeah. Because if we don't, then that's not
miserable.
Good. Yeah. Nobody wants 4 years miserable.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think a big one that students don't always think about is debt and savings. I think that's always smart.
Yeah. So putting away money for savings to pay off those loans in the end. Yeah.
Or even current debt. I think most students will come to school with some kind of debt. Yeah. Right.
Should we talk about some myths?
Yeah.
We've mentioned a couple a little bit. Only broke people need to budget?
Yeah, right. I mean, technically, no. That's obviously right. I mean, broke people, you don't have money to budget anyways.
Yes,
but I think anybody really needs a good budget.
Well, and if you have a really good budget, then you know where your money's going.
Yeah.
You're better able to plan for those bigger bills, but then also plan for fun things and plan for savings and like long-term goals.
Yeah, and that goes to the next one is like budgeting doesn't, or it limits your lifestyle.
Yeah,
right?
and not really.
Yeah.
Like I think that's definitely a myth or a misconception because it is more structured, so people think it's limiting, but the more I learn about budgets, like you can be better off with it. You can have more fun.
Yeah.
And especially knowing where your money's going.
Yeah. And there are things that you can do to still enjoy your lifestyle, but maybe it doesn't cost as much, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What about the time and energy putting into budget? Seems like, doesn't it take a lot of time?
Maybe initially to figure it out.
Yeah.
But once you have it set in place, I feel like, no, it won't take that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll talk about this in a bit, but there's so many apps and tools online.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Which make it so much more easier. So maybe initially, but not long term.
Yeah.
But I think that's true for any healthy habit. Initially setting it up, figuring it out, takes a bit of time and energy. But once we have it in place, it's like easy.
Yeah.
Almost autopilot.
Yeah, once you're using
do.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like learning how to drive in a sense, right?
Yeah. Learning a new skill.
Takes some time, but you end up doing it.
Yeah.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And sometimes we don't allow for the flexibility in budget. Like we think, okay, this is where it's at. You know, that's total myth because you can change your budget. It's not like written in stone.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no one telling you can't change things. If things come up, we need to adjust.
Yeah.
That's just like with goal planning. Like we have a goal, but life happens, so we adjust. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously, like we say, budgeting money creates a lot of stress in our lives. But, I mean, that's kind of a whole point is how do we decrease that stress? And budgeting is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And we talked about, you know, that fun and entertainment piece.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
putting
to,
that in our
right?
budget so that we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not go into debt.
So definitely, you know, budgeting doesn't really equal kind of restrictions, right? We don't have to restrict ourselves. It's like you said, it's really a plan for the future, goal setting in a sense, and it does provide kind of that freedom in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely fun, right? What about some styles and strategies for budgeting?
So we have a few we want to share with our audience today. The first one, the envelope method. So we can do this physically or digitally. Yeah. Do you want to explain it, Steve?
Yeah. And I've used this before, basically taken, of course, physically because, hey, I'm old, but, you know, taking the money and putting it in actual envelopes. Like this is my rent money and this is my grocery money. This is my fun money. And I'm not going to change things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to stick to your budget, but taking in all your income, putting it in envelopes. And like you said, digitally, I guess, what would that look like for you digitally?
I'm guessing like there's probably a few different ways, like maybe having hypothetical envelopes.
Yeah.
Or different accounts. Like if you have a couple different accounts, one could be a fun account, one could be like if you have a joint account with a person you're living with, maybe that's like where your rent and stuff comes out of. There's a couple different ways to do that.
Yeah, definitely. There is kind of a rule of thumb that sometimes we use a 50-30-20 rule where, you know, all your needs are that 50% of your income. 30 is in those wants and then 20 into those savings or debts kind of thing.
Yeah.
And or a combination, 10% savings, 10% debts kind of thing. Have you used something like that before?
I haven't, but that really makes sense. Like the majority of your income needs to be going towards the things you need.
Yeah.
So your rent, your groceries, that kind of thing. And then, I like putting a little bit towards your wants.
Yeah.
And then obviously trying to save or pay off debt is a really good idea.
I've kind of helped other people with this. And, you know, in post-secondary students, well, and a lot of people, sometimes that 50-30-20 is a little bit hard.
Okay.
Because with the cost of living these days, right? Yeah. Everything seems to be like 80%.
Needs, exactly. I was just
right?
thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cost of groceries these days.
Oh, yeah.
And fuel.
Yeah.
Or transport. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much that costs more these days. So, Usually it's more like you're starting with 70% on your needs, and then you got to use the left for your wants and your, and your debts and savings.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, though, it's important to have the savings, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can be, like we mentioned, it can be saving for our future. It can also be paying off debt.
Yeah.
It could be that rainy day thing, like maybe an expense comes up that you need to pay.
And I always tell some of my friends, it's always good to have a buffer in the bank in case those emergencies. So typically the thought is having like 3 months of expenses.
Yes.
Your
bills. So
of your bills. Yeah.
3 months worth of bill payments, right?
Yeah. So, well, if you can do that, great.
Yeah.
As a student, maybe not.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's hard. There is something called zero-based budgeting.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of interesting. Like it's where your income and your expenses are equal. So you kind of look at that every month and, you've got, let's say, $1,000 coming in, and then you've got to budget that $1,000 and all that $1,000 to go out.
Is spoken for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of an interesting way to look at it. I think sometimes it can be difficult, but I think it's a good method.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I wonder too, like with maybe a student in post-secondary, that might be a little more realistic, but might look a bit different. It might not be month to month because like with the student loans and stuff, you get a lump sum.
Yeah.
So you got to make that last for 4 months for your semester, 3-4 months. So maybe something like this could be helpful while you're at post-secondary, looking at your income, what your expenses are, and kind of zeroing it out. Student
loans, if it's for 4 months, you basically have to then divide by 4, and this is your budget for a month, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But is it really 4 months?
No.
Right? I know.
I think like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers, but that's kind of the theory.
Yeah. I think student loans is tricky to really understand. That's why I think people should go to their student loan advisors and talk to them. How does that actually look like? Because, 4 months a semester, okay, 2 semesters, 8 months. What do you do in the other 4 months?
Exactly. Yeah.
Hopefully work, maybe.
Maybe.
But
even then, can you get a job that pays for your bills?
Yeah.
In 4 months.
Yeah. It's tricky. Their savings will come in and help with that, but it's really hard.
Yeah. Well, and you make a good point. Most post-secondaries have that support for students. So it could be budgeting support. It could be support with student loans. So finding those supports and connecting with them so that we're not going further into debt and stressing ourselves out more.
Definitely tricky stuff.
Yeah.
What about apps? Do you know any apps that might be good?
Well, we have a few listed here. I know, like for me, I've used a little bit of the personal banking app. So like with my online banking, there is budgeting support with that. Okay. So that's something I've used a little bit.
I think most banks probably carry some kind of
I think
online
now,
budgeting.
Yeah, there's probably all of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always an option. Have you used any apps before?
I've kind of used a couple. I've looked at a couple, and there's some that are like really detailed. There's some that are, use that zero budgeting technique, which is kind of cool. But I think it's just a matter of looking what works. Some you have to pay for, which kind of is like, I have to pay for an app to budget. And then that's an expense, right?
When I was looking into some of these, some of them are free and then you pay extra if you want extra things.
Right.
So that could be like find a free one that works for you.
I think I've used, Pocket Card. I think I've used that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was okay. What else? I looked at NerdWallet, I think, and I think that one was a little bit too detailed for me. I can't remember for sure. So, some of these apps, we're not affiliated with any of these, obviously.
These are just things we've heard of and looked at on the internet.
So what about you? Has anything else?
The thing, like one thing that you have suggested here is Google Sheets. I haven't used Google Sheets exactly, but I've used, I pulled it up and I've used spreadsheets like this in the past to budget. So it looks at, there's a space for your salary, so your income, any other income that you might have. So you could put your student loans in there. This one has like pension and business refunds, reimbursements, all that stuff. Yeah. So you put all that in there, and then you have like your savings. If you have any, you add that in there. So total income and then total expenses. And then the second side looks at all of your expenses. So your rent, do you have home insurance, your bills, so electricity, oil or gas, water, phone, internet.
Cable, internet.
Those kind of things. It even has maintenance on here. So if you have your own home,
that's different.
You got to do those things to make sure it still works properly. Yeah. So budgeting for that. Yeah. And then like car payments, if that's a thing, or transportation, even like childcare.
Yeah.
Which is a big bill. So budgeting huge for that as well.
Yeah. And then a lot more students are coming to school as mature students and have children.
Yeah. So have, like you mentioned, that debt already coming in from like maybe credit card or mortgage or whatever. So this spreadsheet also has like entertainment and health. So gym membership, vacation. You can budget for a vacation.
Wow. Imagine taking a vacation as a student. What?
I think I've heard of some doing that. So some. It is possible for some, maybe not all of them. Exactly. It does happen.
It can happen, for sure. Google Sheets is great. There's also other spreadsheets. I mean, just thinking about Excel, they have lots of templates. Same thing. You can look at that and
it's already got the equations in there. So you just punch in your numbers and then it'll give you the math. It'll do the math for you.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Which is excellent.
Right. For those of us who
aren't very math inclined.
It's good. For those of us who have the talent to work with spreadsheets, great. But if you don't, then it's already in there.
There are templates out there, And then like the apps that we said. And some of these different apps specialize with different things. There's one on here, you have Honeydew. This one is for couples.
Oh, okay.
So budgeting for couples.
Nice.
So like, looking online, finding those free apps that work. And then what do they do? How do they work?
Yeah.
Is it a fit for what you need?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And just thinking too, if you're using spreadsheets, oftentimes institutions will have special agreements with certain companies like Microsoft and have that information available or have those apps available for you. So it's another thing to look at.
Yeah.
What about, what has worked for you in budgeting or not?
I think definitely more of the spreadsheets. I'm also a bit older, so that's what I've used and grown up with.
Wow. Okay.
For me, I found that really helpful. Just having that visual of like, what is my actual income?
Yeah.
What are my actual bills? Because sometimes like you pay your bills, but you don't put it all together and look at it at one thing.
Yeah.
So having that visual was really helpful for me just to see
that makes
like
sense.
Where my money's going. And then those coffees that I buy every day, how much I'm actually investing.
These things sneak up on you, don't they?
In my coffee.
Yeah.
And then making that a little bit more realistic for my income.
Yeah, I've probably used a few of these. I think my big problem was consistency. Right. And that is something you do have to actually practice and be consistent at. Yeah. So we have a wonderful guest with us today. Can you tell us your name and what program you're in and maybe a fun fact about you?
My name is Jody Ann Smichael, and I'm in the DCM program. That's Digital Communications and Media, and I'm a second-year student.
Excellent.
Something fun about me is that I love to cook.
Okay.
And that's fun because I like to try new dishes as well as things that are like integrated into my culture.
Right. What's kind of one of your favorite dishes that you've made so far?
Okay, so I pride myself on cooking curry chicken.
Okay.
And I'm also doing jerk chicken. So I've done like jerk chicken pasta, and I've done jerk shrimp pasta as well. Yes, Alfredo.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is.
Wow. I'll have to come over for dinner.
You sure?
What would be like one thing you'd treat yourself to then, like when you're stressed out or just to, celebrate something?
Okay, so this is going to sound bad, but I treat myself to a drumstick. That is like, I don't want to call the specific brand, but you know, the ice cream drumstick. The ice cream drumsticks,
I
love it.
Yeah, chocolate, vanilla.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've started eating the cookie and cream one. I used to like the vanilla, but I've tried the cookie and cream and I love it.
Nice. There's a chocolate one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to try that.
It's not bad. So, okay, we're talking about budgeting and kind of a student experience. When did you first start thinking about budgeting or money management as a student?
Well, first of all, when I got accepted to school.
Right.
But way before that, I should say, is just thinking of which school that I want to attend and the program that I'm interested in doing. I have to look at the tuition. I have to look at the living expenses in the area that I'm going, as well as just student life in general, what some of those expenses would look like. So when I think of a budget, I think of, okay, how much is my income and how much is my spending amount, so my disposable income, so to speak, and how much is my expenses are going to be.
Right.
So you have to take that into consideration, that do not spend more than you can repay if you have a credit card and things like that.
Yes.
So I do a monthly budget when I'm doing my groceries, when I have, for example, if I have to pay rent, or if I'm just bus or anything that I'm taking, any of those expenses, I include them into my budget. Whether it's going to be personal expenses like getting my hair done, if I'm going to do my nails, those things like that, which I don't do quite often these days because I'm on a meager student budget.
Yes, and when do you have time, right, too?
And that as well.
Yes. So you really had to look at a lot of when you're preparing for school where you're going to be.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's quite a lot of differences. Being in Lethbridge here would be maybe a little cheaper than maybe Toronto, right?
Exactly.
So, absolutely. What maybe was one of the biggest learning curves when you were thinking about managing your money?
Well, for me, you can never plan enough.
Right.
Right? So when I set a budget and I'm like, oh, that should cost about this amount. And then when reality hit, and then with cost of living and inflation, and you go to the supermarket and you spend X amount of money and you get these number of things in your basket, right? And you're like, okay, I can work with that. That can be my monthly budget for food. No, it cannot.
Yeah, big
because
surprises.
When you go back next month or even 2 weeks, you said the prices just jump and you're like, what happened? And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So you realize that you have to allocate a little more towards that, especially if you're going to try to eat things that are nutritional.
Right, yes.
Right?
That's more expensive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be on a budget of ramen noodles and so on, then fine. But if you want to get nutritional things to help you go in, especially when you have a lot of assignments and exams and so on, you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And I realize more of my money goes into food more than anything else.
Yeah, food is definitely a big increase these days. I think the cost of just living has skyrocketed.
Exactly.
Yeah. So was there a moment where you said, hold on a second, I've got to really get my budget together?
During the summer, when I saw all the modules being added, coming back to school in September. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at that cost for tuition. I'm like, wow. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, so maybe I can't treat myself so much.
Yeah, so
days.
you had to adjust your budget.
Put the money where I can't touch it.
Right.
So do not touch the money because it has to, or just pay for school and then use what is left to try to survive.
Yes.
So looking at the cost of tuition is like my biggest thing. But I think for the average student who may have help from a parent or parents, for them, I think the biggest thing is just being on their own, because I have friends who they're living on their own for the first time.
Yes.
So their mom and dad, or whomever is not there to kind of support them, right? And I've seen where when reality hits them in terms of they now have a credit card and they have to manage that credit card, it's a little different because some of them may not understand the concept of do not spend more than you can repay. So they get a limit on the credit card and they just go wild and start spending and buying the nice things. And then when the bill comes and they're like, oh my goodness, where am I going to get the money to pay this? I have to call mom and dad, right?
Yes, yes.
Because you're going to create bad debt knowing you don't want that at such a young age. So I think that is when the reality sets in for most people. But for me, as I said, when I looked at the cost of just paying for school, because I do that out of pocket. So that was something that really hit me, that I have to sit and, make a conscious decision to put this money aside because it's very important.
Yeah, definitely you have to think about those big things first. Yeah, definitely tuition for a student,
Exactly.
rent.
Exactly.
Right, those are the big things.
Yes.
Then groceries, and then
Exactly.
other things
So
included.
all of those things are like real things that we have to consider as students. And health as well. You have to prioritize your health.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that you are taking your vitamins, you're getting enough water, you're eating properly. So those things are going to come at a good expense.
So what tools or methods have helped you the most? Could it be like apps or notebooks, spreadsheets? What kind of things do you use?
Okay, so I'm kind of old school.
Excellent.
So I don't necessarily have an app that I use to track my costs. I have a book that I use because I like to see the visual thing, and then when I'm writing it, right, that connects for me, because that's how I learn to write things down. So I'm a note taker as well. So I have my columns.
Yeah.
I have my income, I have my expenses, and then I have like my little miscellaneous things,
yes.
right?
You got to have that miscellaneous category. Yes.
So I set aside money for just in case something happens.
Yeah, it's that cushion.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah, you need that.
That little safety net, right? So I have those that I set aside. I said, okay, if this comes up this month, then I have X amount to spend. Then if it doesn't come up, I can put that money to savings or put it back to something else. So that's how I do my budget. I have my columns and I write and I make a note of everything and I do my budget, okay, for this month, next month, and the month after that. And sometimes I will sit and do a thing for the semester, especially when I have big expenses coming up, right?
Yes.
Because I pay my tuition by the semester as well as rent. So that is something that I look at. So I set those big expenses aside. And then as a more mature student as well, I have certain responsibilities. And as an international student,
right.
I have responsibilities back home as well. So things like that, I have to set aside costs for those. Now, the average student who's maybe a little bit younger than me, what they can do, there are apps that they can actually use to track their spending. I've seen people where if you go somewhere and even if you get the receipt, you can take a photo of it and upload it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And it reads everything on it so you know how much you're spending. I also don't use cash. So I use my card.
Okay.
So I'm able to go back into my banking app and see how much I spent. So even if I took an Uber, I see how much I spent, and I write down those expenses. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good for tracking expenses, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go really old school and put all your money in envelopes.
Oh, no. I don't think I'm going that old school.
That would be really old school, but that could work, I suppose, too.
But that could work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when you hide it, it's like you can't find it.
That's right.
So no,
that's right. Maybe not so good.
Not that old school.
I like, though, that you mentioned paying as a student, paying those big ticket items. So your tuition and your rent or mortgage or whatever you're doing, but paying those big things first or setting that money aside first. That's a wonderful idea. What would you say is the hardest part about sticking to a budget as a student?
So for me, the hardest part is delayed gratification.
Okay.
Because I want something right now. Like if I see a nice top or I see like makeup or lipstick or, something that catches my eye or I see. So I like to the nails and so on. So
right.
I have to look past it.
You're a shopper. Yes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So I have to try to say to myself, no, Jodianne, you don't need it right now. Is it necessary? No, not right now.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing is actually the little things that are not necessary to just don't buy them. As I said, I love treats.
Yes.
So when I go to the supermarket and I'm going down the aisle, I try to avoid the aisle with the chocolate.
That's a good idea.
And the ice cream because I see it and I'm like, I should treat myself. I've been working hard,
Yeah.
And then I may spend, and then that may push my budget, push the expense a little bit over what I budgeted to spend. Or I may see popcorn and I was like, oh, I can watch a movie while I'm doing this so I can eat the popcorn. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So that self-control, I think is like having that is the thing that I struggle with, to stick to my budget, because I want to treat myself to something nice.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And just have that moment of just satisfaction. But I have to be realistic, because where's that money going to come from?
That's true.
And if I use it, it's going to be missing, and I need to find some way to put it back, right?
Yeah,
Or deprive myself of something that I need. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do think it's also a necessity to put some money aside for some of those things, some of those treats, because we do need kind of that self-care piece. And so it doesn't have to be a lot, but it can be something that we say, oh, I've accomplished this month. I get this money to treat myself.
That is true. But for me, I treat myself to a lot of things. So I have to be very careful with that, because I will go overboard. And I know some people who will go overboard as well. So you have to be very careful. It's a very slippery slope.
It is, definitely. I think that self-control that you mentioned is a big thing.
Exactly.
So kind of following that, how do you balance that budget but still kind of have fun, to do those things, to go shopping and buy a couple things? How do you balance that?
All right. So when I just came to Lethbridge, I love food, right? So I would go to these nice restaurants.
Oh, nice. Yes,
right?
yes.
And I would sit and, order. I said, I do the pastas and the this and the that. But then when the bill came and it was like $30, I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, you know what? Some of these meals that I see out there that I want to try, especially if I'm on like TikTok and I watch these reels of people cooking these nice things or going to these fabulous places, I try to make them myself. So I do a lot of DIY,
Excellent.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I just get the ingredients and I put my little spice to it. So, and I think mine is better. I'm just saying it.
A little flair, a little of your own flair. Absolutely.
So I'll just cook these items and just treat myself in that way, because I realize that you can't have every single thing that you want right now. And especially as a student, you have to be realistic, right?
Right.
So I try to do certain things that I can do myself to save the cost of it. So for example, again, just if I can make, like do my hair myself,
right,
I will do that to save cost, because that is expensive.
It is.
What I've done also is I may not wear or buy as much beauty products, or I just cut back on little things that are, as I said, not really necessary right now.
Yeah.
I have to still look good and smell good, but I can cut back on buying the most expensive ones. I find alternatives, right?
Sure.
That work as well. So those are the things that I look at to try to save money, to find alternatives, try to do things myself, try to cut back on some of the costs associated with things.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, you could also engage your friends, and, if you're needing to get your hair done, they can do your hair, you can do their hair, and
exactly,
right. It's kind of shared thing.
Yeah,
and the food thing is great too. That's a great tip, because you could spend $30 at a restaurant, but make it yourself for $10.
Exactly.
Yes, so saving lots of money there for sure. So tell us about a time where you actually felt kind of proud about a decision you made for your budget.
All right, so for me, feeling proud about my budget, there was a time, so I'm a big saver.
Right.
And I set goals, and I have my vision board that I do every year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So when I bought my first car back home before coming here, that was a good thing for me, because I set aside the money that I had to pay my deposit. And I said, okay, my credit is this amount, so I'm going to get a car. And I got the car that I wanted because I was able to discipline myself with not going overboard with my finances, and I managed my credit card as well. I treated my credit card as a debit card.
Right.
And because I wanted the car for convenience, right? I hated taking the bus.
Yes.
I mean, who likes taking the bus?
Nobody likes the bus.
Right? So realistically, as a student, if you're going to buy your first car, that's something that can be a major goal for you. And I was able to do that for myself because I was just disciplined in how I spent my money and how I set money aside to put towards that. There are other little goals that I've accomplished, but I'm trying to be, how do you say? I'm trying to take one box at a time so I don't overwhelm myself.
Yes.
And that's something that I look at as well. So I may not want to share that right now, but because not everyone can relate to that.
True.
Yeah,
but I think it's a great point that you make one of your budgeting categories a savings, because again, it offers you a bit of a cushion, but also allows you to, at the end of whatever you're looking for, to have that money available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as a student, if you're looking at, there is a, say for example, a dress that you want to buy, or a specific brand of shoe or perfume or cologne, whatever it is that you want to buy, you can set your goal towards it. Don't think of it as something of a vanity.
Right.
Think of something as like treating yourself down the line. So you're being really excellent this semester, because at the end of the semester, you're going to treat yourself. So you put the money aside every week, and you said this is going towards buying that new game or whatever you want to buy.
Yes.
And you treat yourself.
Yes.
And I think that is a good thing that you can do for you, because you're going to get the satisfaction out of it, and you're going to feel happier that you've accomplished the goal, one, and two, you're actually getting something that you want and you paid for it.
I think as well, and this podcast is really, in a sense, let's look at how these things affect our mental health. And that's a great way to, see that treating yourself at the end is a mental health boost.
Exactly.
Right? It makes you feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's an unexpected way that you've saved money that you could encourage other students to do the same?
An unexpected way that I've saved money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did the cooking. You mentioned the cooking.
Yeah, so with the cooking,
yeah.
But not everybody can cook well.
Oh, that's true.
I'm just being shady.
Not everybody is like you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, cooking, you don't necessarily have to cook the food yourself.
True.
If you have a friend that cooks well, you could encourage them and you pool together and buy things.
That's a great idea.
Another way to save money is if you have roommates, you can pool together and buy cleaning things, right? Cleaning products.
Household products for everybody, yes.
That could be used in a general area. If you have a friend who lives in close proximity, you can pool together and buy things in bulk and then you share it.
Oh.
So those are some ways that you can kind of save, because you are getting, because usually they sell the things in bulk at a lower cost.
All the time, right? Yes.
So that is another way that you can consider, your friend and you like certain things, you can buy it together. Pull the money together, buy it and share it evenly. Mm-hmm. And you can save money on that as well. Right. So you don't have to go to the supermarket as often.
Right.
And you don't have to spend as much when you go.
Yeah, so you're budgeting less, you're sharing the expenses. It's a great tip.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope everybody picks that up for sure.
Yeah.
If you could go back to that first semester, and now you mentioned that before you actually came here, you did a lot of this planning and budgeting. But if you can go back to that first semester self, what kind of extra budgeting tips would you give yourself?
Do not go to the restaurant.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So seriously, I would say try to watch every dollar, right? Because when I just came, I didn't realize, especially moving into a new place, being away from home. So you think that all of these things are regular things that you should have. So you're used to being in your own bed, having your own pots, pans, and things like that around the house, right?
True. Yep.
No, as a student, when you're on your own, you have to buy certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize that expense would creep up on me, right? That's not something that I realistically thought about, that how much I would spend on just getting the place ready for me to feel comfortable.
Yes, because you do want to be that, have that comfort. Yeah.
So one of the things I wish I had thought about was to not spend money on unnecessary things when I just came. Right. Because I was all about enjoying myself in the last weeks of summer before school started.
Is like that.
So I was going here, there, and everywhere, and spending like nobody's business. But then when school opened for me, it was like reality hit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had to spend to buy this and that, and all of those expenses kind of creeped up on me. And I was like, I wasted money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have to be very cognizant of what you're spending your money on. As I said, is it important? Is it necessary? Or is it a want?
Right.
So you look at wants and needs,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. That's a great way.
So, so that is something that I would say to everybody. Look at your wants and needs and put your money to the things that are needed that you cannot survive without. And the things that are wants, you can set them as a treat, delay gratification down the line for when you can save towards them.
Yes.
So that is my greatest tip for anyone.
Yeah.
Because that is something that I had to deal with.
There's also the fact that there are resources out there that students can take advantage of, but maybe they might not know. Like there's the food bank stuff that students can get food. There's clothing drives.
There's also LPSA.
Right? Yeah. The Student Association.
So the breakfast that they do.
Right.
I think they do it like every other Wednesday.
Yes.
That's good. So you can actually come out a little earlier if you don't have classes to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, LPSA does a hamper for students in need.
Yes.
So if you are low on food, you can actually talk to them and they help you to have food for like a week or so to cover certain things. As you mentioned, there are clothes that they do, the clothing drive. That is also something that you can partake of if you're in need. Like, for example, you didn't plan enough for winter and you need a good jacket or something. You can talk to LPSA as well. And there are resources there that they can help you.
Yes.
If you're living on campus as a student, you can talk to the Residence Life team and their resources. They can put you onto the right people to help you to get through some of the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
So there are many different things that the school offers. It's just that we don't know about them.
Yes.
Because, you need to know the right people and so on. But it's there. Just ask and you'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's wonderful. There's lots of community supports as well. So I think as a new student coming in, talk to somebody right away and find out what those resources are. Because if you need a pot and a pan, exactly. You have to buy it, or you can look at these resources.
Exactly. Yeah. And Wellness Services does a great job in providing adequate resources for people. So just talk to someone and if they can't help you, they'll put you on to the right people who can assist you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Come see me. I'll get you to the right place, right?
Okay.
What would you say then to a student who is actually feeling overwhelmed or kind of embarrassed about their finances?
Okay, so everyone needs help.
Yes.
Right? There's no need to feel embarrassed. Nobody's perfect in life and we all need help.
We do, yeah.
Right? So do not be embarrassed to reach out to someone. I have used resources that I never thought that I would have used, as a student. And let me tell you something. People, they don't make you feel uncomfortable when you ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, they're like saying, why didn't you say something sooner?
Right.
Yeah. Because they're genuinely here to help us as students and they care about our well-being. So do not be embarrassed. Just ask for help and you'll be surprised to see how many people are actually here to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So final question, complete this sentence for me. Budgeting as a student is?
Budgeting as a student is not hard. It is not hard. Just set some time aside, and whether you're into apps or you're just old school pen and paper, just sit and set your goals of the things that you want to accomplish with your budget. And as I said, make adequate room, for if things don't go as planned.
Yes.
So you set something extra aside.
A little extra cushion, yeah.
Exactly. And you'd be surprised to see what you can actually accomplish with a budget.
Mm-hmm.
And a budget doesn't have to be with just money alone. You can budget for other things that you want to accomplish, like other goals.
Yes. Yeah.
To say delay gratification for this item, can get you one step closer to your ultimate goal.
That's awesome. Yeah. And we can even budget our time. Which
exactly. That is what I was referring to.
We're doing right now. We're budgeting our time because we're out of time. So I want to thank you for coming and sharing your experience. It's been wonderful. And, I hope your program continues greatly. I know that you're one of our best students and probably the most efficient cook. And I can't wait to know. So thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, same.
So some common budget busters. Impulse buying, definitely tricky. Uber Eats, that's a big one, right? How much money do people spend on Uber Eats or delivery?
Yeah.
Skip the dishes.
Yeah. Well, and you can have subscriptions with those too.
Yeah.
So you're paying monthly whether or not you're using it.
Exactly. So. I think I know somebody who uses it just about every day.
Okay.
And the amount of money extra that they pay for this is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, like the service fees, paying the driver.
The tips.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely upcharge, but you often will pay for convenience. So keeping that in mind, if we like to eat out.
Yeah.
Maybe we pick it up ourselves or we actually go to the place.
And we talked about those subscriptions, right?
Yeah, subscriptions can be a money drain for sure because it's so easy to sign up and you have the best of intentions to use that. Yeah. And then you don't. Yeah. And then you're paying every month or for a whole year. Yeah. And you've never used it.
Yeah. These are things that kind of sneak up on you, right?
And there are like some of those apps that we mentioned. I think one of them looks at, I think it's Rocket Money. I don't know if it's a good app for in Canada. I know it's an American app, so I'm not sure how it works in Canada. But I know that it looks at all of your subscriptions and helps you evaluate which to keep and which to let go of.
Yeah. Okay, you have Netflix and Hulu and
Paramount Plus and Disney Plus and Prime.
Yeah, so many.
And which ones are you actually using?
It used to be, you get cable and you spend $50 a month and you get all these cable channels.
Yes.
Now it's subscription channels.
Yeah.
And you end up spending more than $50 a month
way more,
for those, right? How about some quick budgeting kind of wins or lessons learned?
I do like that envelope method that we talked about earlier, using cash for our entertainment. So having that budget for our entertainment and then actually having that cash. Yeah. So there's that visual of how much we have, how much we need to budget for the month or whatever it is. And then when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. So you have your fun money in cash, right? Instead of, if you're doing online budgeting. Yeah. Everything but that fun money you take out, you put in an envelope. Yeah. And
you have that.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that can go quickly.
It definitely can, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of times post-secondary students aren't aware that how much they can get discounted.
Yeah. So having your student ID with you handy and then, asking before you pay if there is a student discount.
Okay. So what about eating?
Ideally, the best way to save money, making our own food. Yeah. Because it's way cheaper.
Yeah. And you mentioned that earlier, yourself. You just, you get up right at the last minute. Yep. Right?
Yeah, I used to. I'm better now. Yes. I do make my lunches ahead of time now so that I make sure I have enough food for the next day.
Yeah. So that's a big trick. The night before, make your lunch.
Yeah. So that's meal prep. That's way simple meal prep.
The other thing, with family or friends, you could do some shared subscriptions legally, please. But,
yeah. When you have roommates, maybe all go in on one subscription or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Even different apps like Spotify, you can get a family plan. Yes. Right. And instead of paying, $20 a person, you're actually paying $15 a person. Although don't quote me on the price of those, right?
It is a bit cheaper to have that group. Yeah.
So in a sense, you could do stuff kind of like that.
Yeah.
What about oops moments?
I think that I can't recall one specific, but like vague memories that stand out for me, not planning ahead for those big bills.
Right.
So that car insurance, all of a sudden it's due and you're like, how am I going to pay for this?
Yeah.
So that's like a big oops that I've done a couple times.
I still do that. It's like, car insurance?
Yeah.
What? $2,000? What are you
How am I
talking
going to
about?
pay for this?
Yeah.
So yeah, like not planning ahead for those big expenses that you know you have every year.
A big one for me is like, okay, it's coffee time, Tim Hortons, and I go for a coffee and then, oh, do I want a muffin with that? Or is it lunchtime? Maybe I'm going to buy lunch since I'm here.
Yeah, might as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Things I've also done, I've bought a planner before.
Yeah.
I figure I'll get a paper thing and I'll do budget, and I bought a planner, and after about 2 weeks,
everything down in it for like the next month, and then exactly.
You don't open it kind of thing,
yes,
right?
I've done that one too. Yeah.
What about shopping? Shopping's a big one.
Yes.
What? Anything for you on shopping?
Well, when I don't go to my regular place, and I look at all the new things in the new place,
right?
I definitely buy more.
Yeah.
And then also another thing, like going shopping hungry.
Oh.
I definitely fall into that. Like if I'm hungry, I do buy things I don't need or more than I planned.
Yeah.
So I try to make sure that I've eaten or I'm not starving.
That is smart.
When I go to the grocery store.
That is smart. You could probably increase your grocery bill by 10 to 15%, easily going hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I need some ice cream. Definitely.
Yes,
right?
Oh, it's on sale. I should buy 2.
That's the other thing, right? Things on sale.
Yeah.
It's
especially those things like buy 3 for this price or buy 2 for this price.
I hate that so much.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I need 3 chocolate bars. Well, no, I don't need 3 chocolate bars for $4. I need 1 chocolate bar for $1. Whatever it is.
Well, and sometimes the things are too big and they go bad before I use them.
Yeah.
So I've learned that lesson. Like just buy what I need so it doesn't go bad.
And for, students, maybe Costco is not the best place.
Yes.
To get, a leader.
Unless you have a big family.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're a student and you want to go to Costco and buy some ketchup, that ketchup probably lasts you 4 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Like those things that won't go bad. Definitely will save money going to Costco, but
there's some things that won't.
Yes.
Right?
And it's a big investment going to Costco. Like you're upfront paying a lot.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Online shopping is a big one. I can't tell you.
Because it's so easy.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much money I've spent online shopping that I didn't need.
Yes.
Yeah, I need those.
Yeah, because it suggests all the things for you, right?
I need that game. I really do.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really. Yeah. Things like, we talked about subscriptions. You buy that trial. Well, it's a 7-day trial. It's free. I'll do it.
Yes.
And you forget about it.
Yes.
And then you charge for a month. Or you forget about it for a long
3 or
time.
4 months. Yeah. And they're like, why is my budget so low? Why do I have no money? Yeah. I always set a timer now.
Do you?
I put a reminder in my calendar when I do those free trials.
Yep.
So that I cancel before I get charged.
That's a good idea. Yeah. And with having a family, that can be tricky because, I didn't sign up for this Netflix account. Who did this?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody's sneaking in and so automatic credit card saving.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Storing your credit card, that can be expensive.
Yes.
Oh, I just want this movie. It's $5.
Yeah.
And then you have like 30 movies. Who bought 30 movies? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have some quick tips here to help with the budget.
What's your first one?
Instead of buying that really expensive coffee at that coffee shop, make your coffee at home.
Ah, good one.
Yeah, much cheaper.
Thrift stores?
Yeah.
Right?
Thrift stores are awesome.
I still buy thrift store.
Yeah. You can find so many things like household items, books to read, shoes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you find brand new things that people never used.
Right? Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I found a few of those gems.
Yeah,
those are
me
pretty
too.
nice.
I love those.
Yeah. What about thinking, again, we talked about savings. Think about savings, paying for your future self. Not just like your immediate, but your future self.
Yeah.
I want to buy a car eventually.
Yes.
Save it.
Or go on a vacation.
Yeah.
Like have that vacation celebration when you're done.
What else you got?
Checking out free events. So on campus, we do have quite a few free events for students, but even in the community, like the Leisure Guide has a lot of events that happen in the Lethbridgean area, and there are quite a few things that are free. So checking those out. You can check that leisure guide out online.
Yeah.
We also have them here on campus for students. So looking at the calendar on the Polytech website, seeing what's free, what you can do for fun, and then also those community events.
Yeah, just searching free events on this weekend kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
What about buying frozen fruits and veggies? A lot cheaper
I love
than fresh.
that one.
Right?
Yeah. Well, and the thing about that, and if you've listened to our nutrition podcast, you will already know this. But the thing about that, there's this idea that because the frozen food is cheaper, it's not as good quality. It can actually be a bit better than some of our fresh food sometimes, because that fresh food they have to pick before it's fully ripe so that it can make it to us before it goes rotten.
Exactly.
Whereas the frozen stuff is picked when it's ripe, flash frozen, so all those nutrients. So, and then bonus, but also doesn't go bad as fast. So you can keep it in your freezer for longer. Really good, cheap.
3 months supply.
Exactly.
Doesn't waste.
Yeah.
Right?
And then with that being said, on campus, we do have a couple of fridges.
Oh, yes.
And we do get donations of fresh and frozen things.
That's true.
So checking those out weekly to see what's in there if you can't afford to buy those fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. Food banks, community food banks. We have a food bank within the school as well, which is awesome. Yeah. Bringing snacks to campus.
Instead of buying those vending machine things. Those things are so expensive.
Aren't they? Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
I mean, you have a craving for a chocolate bar. You're paying twice as much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So bringing
the
those
dollar
snacks.
store and get a chocolate bar for real cheap.
Yeah. And if you have a vehicle or you don't mind walking, there's a few dollar stores in the area.
There is, yeah. You would think that I like chocolate bars. I keep mentioning chocolate bars, right?
They are delicious.
I do like a good chocolate bar. What else? Do I really need this right now? Thinking that, right?
Yeah, I like the idea. I think we have this in here. Instead of impulse buying, sleeping on it.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
That has worked for me so many times.
Yeah.
Like, I think I just needed something and I'm like, I'm going to try this. And then I slept on it. And the next day I'm like, no, you know what? I could use that money for something else more important.
And for me, it would be more like, I'm too lazy to go back.
Yeah,
I don't really need it. If I don't have the energy to go back to the store.
Definitely didn't need it.
Don't really need it. Yeah. I think a lot of students don't realize how much they can borrow from the library as well.
Yes.
Right? You can borrow a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're struggling, need a laptop, you can do that. Definitely books, of course, but some libraries have board games.
Yeah. Like I know the public library in Lethbridge has that. They also have like toys for kids that you can borrow.
Yeah.
And you can borrow passes. So for like the swimming pool and the skating rinks and stuff like that, you can borrow passes from the Lethbridge Public Library.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
So check out your public library. They probably have a whole lot more that you're not aware of.
Anything else that you use?
I like the idea of instead of going out for a social event, playing games with friends at home.
Yeah.
And like making your own food and snacks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A potluck. Get everybody to bring something.
Potluck's cool.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a potluck?
Yeah.
As long as somebody brings ambrosia salad. Somehow I just love that. It's like a childhood thing.
Which one is that?
That's
is that
like the
jelly?
marshmallows.
Oh, the marshmallows.
Yeah. Marshmallows, fruit.
Yes, those are good.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. Automatic savings are perfect for me. I like all the stuff that I save towards, it's automatic now.
Yeah, so the auto transfers that you can set up with your bank.
Yeah. So, I mean, any kind of thing like a mutual fund that you want to do, get it taken out every month automatically, done. Yeah. Right? You don't even, you start living within your means, right? So if that money's in your bank, you're going to spend it. But if it automatically comes out, then
it's not a problem.
Yeah, you just spend less, right? Transportation?
Carpooling.
Yeah.
Public transit can sometimes be cheaper.
Yeah.
Biking or walking.
Yeah.
When the weather's nice.
Perfect summer day. Go for a bike ride.
Yeah.
Go to school and bike ride.
Yeah. Even like if you don't have to get a lot of groceries, walk or bike.
Yeah. And in the same way, I guess in the same idea there, if you need to use your car, do everything at once.
Yes. Yeah. Plan out those errands so that you're getting everything done and wasting less fuel.
Yeah.
Or using less fuel.
Yeah. I'd rather like spend 2 hours doing all my errands for the week instead of going once a day.
Even like thinking about that, like sometimes going to a bunch of different stores to get a bunch of different things can cost more with fuel. Yeah. So can you go to a place that has more things, like the Superstore where they have household things, they have clothing, they have food and groceries, something like that.
Yeah. I think a big one too is when you're going out more often for things, you tend to go to stores that cost more.
Yes, the neighborhood grocery store that's a little more pricey.
I just need a jug of milk. Yeah. Well, instead
the convenience store.
Yeah, right? And you're paying $2 more.
Yes.
Right? So
again, paying for that convenience. There's always an upcharge.
Yeah. Anything else?
Oh, one thing. Yeah. There are apps that help with like coupons or discounts.
Oh, yeah.
So like I know when I've shopped at Save on Foods, they price compare. So if you have that app that shows you cheaper things elsewhere. Yeah. So again, that could be that like making sure you're doing your errands, like going to Save on Foods because you know they'll price match, or somewhere else that price matches, so that you're not going to each separate store to get that good price.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of these grocery stores, they have their own apps that
give you discounts and points
on certain things, right?
Yeah. So a lot of them, no cost to you, just a little bit of time and effort.
Just time and look at what's on sale and what you get points for, and you know, special deals that only in the app kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I bought ice cream the other day for $1 less. It was advertised, of course, not on the shelf.
Yeah.
It was advertised in the app.
So, oh, cool. Yeah.
Right? Of course, I needed ice cream.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes we have to enjoy our food as well.
Yes. So kind of a recap on some of these things that we've talked about. Know where your money goes. Definitely have to know, right?
Yeah. And I think that's the big thing about budgeting.
Yeah.
Like seeing what's incoming, seeing what your expenses are, and knowing where it goes.
Yeah. And making a plan, right? It's not set in stone, so it's not a prison, but make a plan for it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And then start small. Stick with it. Choose one of these things, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like changing habits, starting something new can be really overwhelming. So just picking something, like one of the tips that we said in here that you feel like you can do and work with that. And then as that becomes habit, add something else to it.
Yeah. It's funny how we think it's too daunting sometimes.
Yes. Well, when you look at like the big picture, it's a lot. So break it down, make it smaller, make it manageable.
Yeah. And then, you know, like we started out, budgeting is stressful for students. Life is stressful for students, right?
Yeah.
And not having enough money. So we definitely know that it does affect your mental health. And so this can actually help. Yeah. So this week, your challenge, or this next 2 weeks, track your spending for 7 days. That's always good.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Know where your money's going. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just spent $100 on snacks for this month. What? Right? Yeah. So know where your money's going. There's no judgment. Like, you don't want to like make yourself feel bad about it, but just know, right?
Yeah.
You can start there.
Yeah. Understand where your money's going and then see what, if need to, what can change.
Yeah. So to our listeners out there, you know, try one of these strategies, see what happens, right? We have mentioned a bunch of resources.
If you know ones that have worked really well for you and you want to share, post it in the comments.
Yeah.
Let other students know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Whatever's worked for you, you know, definitely throw it in there.
Or even if you're trying one of the things we suggested and it worked, or you have tips on it.
Let us know how it goes.
Let us know,
Right, definitely. Like if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. You reach out through our email. You can reach out through direct contact if you like.
Yeah, Stop by Wellness.
Yeah, Stop by Wellness Services here at Lethbridge Polytechnic.
Yeah.
Yes. So next episode, what are we talking about next episode?
Networking 101.
Yeah. Networking 101. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
We talked about socialization a little bit in our first episode of this season, but Networking 101 is a little different. Right?
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So subscribe, share with a friend, even a broke friend. And remember, you know, budgeting isn't boring. I can't say this other way. Budgeting isn't boring, but
it helps plan for our future.
It helps plan.
It helps reduce our stress.
Yeah.
So those are important.
Well, next time, we'll see you then.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.